Hello, everybody. I don't know if you can make me out. My name is Brandon Copeland. I'm doing my first live today. I'm out walking my doggo, me and Coda, out on the trail in God's wonderful country. Just wanted to spend a little time. A little bit of my profile, if you will subscribe and everything, you'll see that I mentioned I was in foster care. I certainly was. I entered foster care when I was 7. And I went through from 7 to 14. I was adopted at 14. I let's start a question and answer. Um, that way I'll kind of know. Uh, Coda, baby. Coda. Coda. Um, thing is, I don't know if this is being recorded. Part of me that regardless whether anyone is here, I kind of want to go through it just in case. Um, Someone does come across it and it is recorded. My name is Brandon. I spent most of my life in Georgia and a couple other places, but those are only temporary. Um, I started off in foster care. My dad was an alcoholic. He had polio. Uh, he got polio in 1958, the summer of. He was 18 months old. And hey, Tim, what's up, buddy? Welcome everybody that's here. Um, I'm just wanting to share a little bit about the testimony of my journey. Don't really know where to start other than the beginning. Which, as I mentioned, my dad had polio, and my mom, she was in foster care as well, um, here in the States. Well, my dad went to Warm Springs. Um, I'm not sure what age he was, but he went to Warm Springs, Georgia. He was wanting to learn a trade um, for school, and that's where he met my mom. And she had just gotten off the bus. Her and her adopted family didn't work out, so she got on the bus and came here after meeting him. They had me in '86. And not long after, they had my sister Hannah. Uh, I'm gonna try to link her page into my, you know, onto this as well, so you can follow her and give her love and support. Um, well, my dad really struggled with major depression, and my mom did too. Apparently, they didn't deal with a lot of trauma. They just kind of try to escape it, right? And so eventually, me and my sister, we were also put in foster care. And uh, at 7 years old, was kind of the breaking point. Um, my dad got drunk one night and he fired off the gun in the house, and uh, that got the cops called and everything. My mom, she had already left, and that's another thing. My dad was quite a bit abusive when he'd get drinking, and he'd not really know how to deal with his emotions properly. So he would get drunk and he took it out on my mom sometimes. Well, one night I remember he was really mad, and um, I kind of was always close because I was trying to figure out what was going on. Why was he so mad? And his friends were over, and I uh, I could hear that my dad was talking about hurting my mom. And that same night, I went up to mom and told her to leave. Um, that I was scared he would actually hurt her bad, and she did. Um, I don't know if it was the night of, but I do remember waking up and me and my sister finding a letter, um, and it basically told us that she was leaving, she'd come back for us, and you know, well, fast forward to what I was saying. A couple years later, um, my dad had continued drinking and going down the same path. Well, he got drunk one night and got mad and started shooting off the gun, and that's when me and my sister entered care. And I was 7. Um, I've realized now that through everything I've been through, there was a lot of lessons, and now that I'm looking back at my life through a different perspective, a healed perspective, I feel that it's completely necessary that I look at the ones that's following in similar steps, or needing to hear it for inspiration. I feel like it's my duty now to share what I've learned and my experience, because at the time all I could feel was pain, um, from being put in so many foster cares. I'm not going to go through it all now. Uh, I'm trying to kind of figure out how to break it up. Um, and I do have anxiety issues. I've overcome a lot of triggers and stuff when I'd have PTSD pop up out of nowhere. It seemed. So I'm walking my doggo out here in nature, and she's been a big help to me learning about connection. And when it seemed like people were just a little bit too much, it seemed like God knew exactly what to send in to wake up the little kid in me and start healing. Um, I just at 7 started our first homes. This was the first time me and my sister would eat at a table. Um, my sister has told me that me and her sometimes were just surviving from eating whatever we could find, whether it's toothpaste and toilet paper. Like, at points in time, me and my sister, we had nothing to eat, and the only time we did have something to eat was from school, um, when we were actually taken properly and at a babysitter's house. But ultimately, house fires, all kinds of stuff has come up in my life, and now I'm 39, and I reached a point in time that I'm wanting to share with everyone. I'd spent so long, so much time just sweeping it under the rug. I'd have feelings come up, so then I would try to escape into a video game or something that felt like it was taking something off, but really it was just a mask. I wasn't dealing with what was causing all that stuff to come up. I was just trying to put it off, and After having my own family and my own kids, especially watching my own kids grow up, and it really put a spotlight on my inner kid. And I spent a lot of time stuck in limbo because I was trying to enjoy the experiences with them, but the little kid in me hadn't had the TLC that was necessary to have that real joy in those moments. So I put it off 15 foster homes about it. There's some I can't remember because they were just like a week that I was just there. But I went through an orphanage. That was when I was 12, and then multiple foster homes. Uh, Many miracles on my life to keep me here. Starting even before I left my mom and dad and entered foster care. This was a lawnmower motor that hit me in the head. It's probably a concussion earlier. I don't know if you can see the scar. Yeah, there you go. The scar. That was I was playing with something I wouldn't play with. See, that was a neighbor's lawnmower that they were fixing, and they had it off the chassis. And I decided, I was gonna have fun and grab it by the pull cord, and I was gonna play yo-yo with it. Well, after a few swings round and round, I looked down, and by the time I did, it hit a root between my legs, bounced up, and hit me in the head. So yeah, many miracles, both like that, just completely unseen. Some um, I've been in very deep depression before, and uh, nearly did the unthinkable from the way I see it now. Because it was at times I didn't think that I could even get to this point where I could look back on my childhood without feeling a sense of anxiety, passing out, my blood pressure getting super high. So I wanted to start this channel and swing it into a direction of just outreach, inspiration. Uh, I'm wanting to share more about my experiences, but I've got to do better about formatting how to do that and at what pace I feel comfortable. So if you could subscribe, share. Um, I'm pretty sure I'll make more. This is just an introduction and a hello to all you special people out there. All right. Y'all have a God bless day, and I'll talk to you later. Say bye, Coda. Where's she at? There she is. You gotta get you a pet, everyone. If you struggle with connection with people, you must start small. Remember, it's the small steps. As soon as you start looking at the inner kid and you start giving that focus, it really opens up a new world. So always keep that in mind. And thank you so much for your time.